Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Winning Mantras. Today we have the national winners of Flipkart WiRED 4.0, the supply chain track. These winners are from VGSoM, IIT Kharagpur. Hi, team. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you all doing?
Yeah, means I would like to say like for the past means from seventh evening, it's been the same. Congratulations, talking to professors, alums, and everyone means what is going on, how did you crack it, and everything related to that.
I can only imagine the thrill after winning the competition.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the basics of what the competition was all about. So, what was Flipkart Wired Season 4.0, especially the supply chain track, all about, and how was the competition structured?
So Flipkart WiRED is a national level case competition which is organized by Flipkart every year. So this year, 2020 was the fourth edition of this competition. And teams have to take any of the three tracks which are offered: business track, supply chain track, or the HR track. And the first round of the competition is a quiz, and thereafter the teams have to solve a case problem. And the further rounds of the competition are basically related to the case problem itself, and the deliverables keep on changing. They keep on getting tougher. So yeah, this was basically the structure of the whole competition. And the problem that the supply chain track people had to solve was to come up with a grocery a delivery model for Flipkart.
Okay, sounds interesting. Now, when you talk of the entire competition and what the competition was all about, I would also like you to mention what the entire case study was and tell us something about how you came up with your solution and what all it took to create that winning presentation.
Yeah, so the solution was we had to propose a delivery model that could be extended to tier two and tier three cities for grocery delivery for Flipkart. And the way we came up with that model is first we identified what were the key challenges to the existing model, what are the key limitations of the current solution, and what we zeroed in upon was the perishable nature of goods. So our entire solution was based upon how can we overcome this problem. To do that, we carried out a bit of primary research. We spoke to consultants, we spoke to travel agents to identify what are the ground realities, and then we built a rudimentary model, and we kept refining this model as we went along. As we came to know new data, we kept correcting our assumptions and refining it and fine tuning our model. So that's how we approach the problem.
So
Okay, Shankar.
basically, what I like to add to what Aaron has said is grocery is the next big thing that all the e-commerce companies are eyeing out for. So we have Amazon Fresh, we have Big Basket, we have Grofers, we have different e-commerce companies which are targeting consumers who are looking to buy grocery online. So that's why Flipkart is also interested in venturing into this segment. They have a certain they have some function which is looking into this part of the into the grocery delivery business, but they are facing some challenges, and so that's why they came up with this idea that let's get some fresh ideas from the B school students. So that's what the whole structure was about.
Okay. Sounds great. And I'm sure your presentation would have been over the top because it did win the hearts of the jury in the end. Okay, now you did finally bag the winning trophy, but what about the other presentations? Was there any presentation in particular that took you by surprise?
Okay, I would like to take this one. So uh, there were many teams, and we did see we did the first presentation, but after that, five teams were there. So like every time we were seeing is like, oh man, it means this could have been done. This we missed. Means some teams did a great job. They came up with like two or three models, and they tried to assemble all of them together. Means going into a very detailed manner, and that was very good, which I felt was very intriguing, and it showed the depth of the knowledge that a student carried. And along with that, means some teams also combined different like hyper local models and normal Flipkart, what the model they have their own models. And so that was like very good. Basically in our team we kept it very simple, but it was very means what Flipkart asked was very, it was very scalable. It was how we can implement it in a faster way. But other teams also came up with very intriguing ideas in combining different things and what Flipkart already has now and what they can come up next with that. So that was a good part.
That's how it always is, right? Matlab, we like ours was the first presentation, but like after that, I was done with it. I was like I cannot watch the other presentations. It will make me nervous. So Saurabh and Aaron were totally into the presentation. So they were. But I think from the feedback which I got was that the other presentations were really good, and there were some splendid ideas which were presented. But like at the end, we were told that our ideas, the presentation that we delivered, that was a bit to the point. The values that we were able to come up with, they were more accurate. So I think that's where we got an edge. So yeah, that's it.
The entire journey in itself was an enriching, like we had a mentorship journey which was an experience in itself, but even watching the solutions that the other teams that came up with was really informative, and we got to learn a lot from that as well, from that process, as from basically watching their solutions we learned a lot as well. So it was a good competition. So yeah.
Okay, moving forward, I would now like you guys to talk about the jury. How was the jury and what all questions did they ask the participants?
So there were three members in the jury, and all the three members are like very seasoned Flipkart professionals. They have occupied very senior positions in Flipkart. And what they were interested in, the deliverables. They were basically, in our case, the supply chain case was the supply chain per order, and certain other deliverables, uh, the overall delivery of the presentation, that also mattered a lot. And also the ideas that we had proposed, like I mentioned previously, that grocery segment is a bit challenging because of the perishable items that are involved. There are lots of fruits and vegetables, so we have to take care of the fact that they do not go to waste. So overall, these were the questions that were asked from us, like how will you ensure the quality of the products, how will you ensure that the products reach on time. So yeah, these were the in like an overview of all the questions that were asked.
So just adding to this, I would like to highlight over here that all the judges in all the three tracks, then the discipline and timing was prime importance to each one of them. Okay, so if we are given 12 minutes to present, that means dot 12 minutes. And when it was coming to Q&A also, it was 6 minutes given to them to ask all the questions, and they did everything in 6 minutes, not a second more. Means it can be less, but not more. So they were very much strict on that part, and we were also being judged on that. So for future, any team who is trying to go for Flipkart WiRED has to be very precise and accurate on timing part.
Sounds as if the jury was very disciplined with respect to time.
Yeah.
Okay, now when we talk of the entire solution and we talk of presenting your case study, your case solution in front of the jury, what all obstacles did you face during the entire process? And was there any obstacle that you faced while working on your case solution?
Yeah, so there were a few obstacles that came in. So the way we approached that is we had multiple dry runs, and in each run, when one of us was presenting, the other members were acting as a devil's advocate. So they would cross question us, and we would try to justify our solutions to them. We kept refining those arguments and tweaking our model so that that information could be added into it. Wherever things were not clear or not immediately apparent, we tried to clarify them and try to elucidate them as well as possible, so that a person who's viewing it for the first time would actually get all the information conveyed properly. So this was the approach that we followed. We kept timing ourselves. This was something that was suggested to us by our Flipkart mentor as well. And yeah, he helped us quite a lot, mentored us, told us what would be the pain points, what points we should focus on, and how we should approach, how we should structure our solution, what would be the things we should focus on. These were the things that helped us actually prepare and iron out all the chinks in our solution.
Also, adding to what Aaron said, like we had to perform a lot of primary research. The advantage of performing the primary research was that we were able to fit in that information that which we had collected, fit into the model and see if everything was coming out well or not. So I remember, I think before the semifinals, we had to modify our model a bit. So just as so as to ensure that everything, all the information that we are collecting, that's coming out really well, that's fitting well in the model. So we had to keep refining our ideas from time to time.
Okay, just to add one more point, means all the participants need to be very flexible in this entire competition. You know what our model we presented and what the feedback we got during the semi-finals and what the feedback we got during our mentoring session. It was very different because people who are mentoring to each and every team. They're like higher position Flipkart people, and they are like the ground experience that they have, means which they bring to our case and the solutions is very different. So means you need to change a lot of things, and it might be difficult for some people at that time that no, my idea is okay, it will work. Okay, startup kind of thing people start feeling after giving a new idea, but we need to means that is the term, that learn, unlearn and relearn. That is the methodology that needs to work over here.
I myself believe that it's very important for you to unlearn and then relearn, because that is what helps you grow in the end.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Now I would like you to tell me, why do you think Flipkart Wired 4.0 stands out from all the other corporate competitions?
Okay, so there are a lot of things starting from if I say from day zero. Okay, so first of all, the event when it was launched, all the senior people, like I believe 5 or 6 of the senior people who were later the judges in the final round, okay, they came to launch the event. They explained what they expected out of us. And after that, if you see the competition, the first round quiz round was very nice. I wanted to check on the capabilities that what we have learned. They were not focusing much on the ground aspect because they know we are college grads and we know the bookish thing more. So they checked us on that part only. And after that, the case and everything was explained. Previous year means participant who won this competition, we had an Instagram live session with them, and they explained that what were the critical things that helped them to achieve this feat. Okay, so that helped us a lot. After that, when we were in the semi-finalist, and the most exciting part was when we received the Flipkart Wired T-shirt. I believe everybody was so excited that, oh yes, means that is some good thing that we got right now. And so, and the help that we got from the HR team and the coordinators, it was very nice. They are means it was conducted everything very nicely. We had a dry runs that how to do and how the entire event on that day will go on. So means the help that we got from them, it was very nice, and that is what it means. This whole journey was altogether a different experience. That too means we were all together in a virtual mode, means we cannot actually think also that if we would have been in Bangalore for the finals, then it would have been means a grand bumper round or something of that sort, means. But then also it was a wonderful experience that we could have.
Also, adding to what Saurabh just said, so the thing which made Flipkart Wired different from the other competitions was that they were very focused right from the beginning, that you have to solve this case problem and you don't have to do anything else. The thing which I have, from what I have experienced with other competitions, is that they'll make you do 2 or 3 other types of things, and then in the final round there may be a case problem, and then maybe some or the other type of competition. But Flipkart Wired, they were focused that you had to solve this case problem. We had to register, we had to opt for the track right in the beginning, and we were given the case problem after the first round got over. The shortlisted teams were given the case problem, and after that there were 2 or 3 rounds, and we just had to keep refining on our ideas, on our model. So that really helped us a lot. Had it been like only a single round of case presentation, it would have been very difficult for us to come up with such a good model, I should say.
Yeah, the entire journey, like from what we started, the model that we presented right at the start till the final presentation where we presented our final defined model, that the details that we kept on adding to it, the final solution, like actually watching our solution grow from what we started was a learning journey in itself.
Okay, the way you speak of the competition and the entire process of how the competition followed, I think you guys, Flipkart has left a very great impression on you guys. And it's great to see how happy you are with the competition and how it was conducted. Now that we are coming to a close of this entire discussion, I would like you all to share one advice each on how should a student and how should a future participant of Flipkart Wired look at the competition when participating in it.
One feedback which I would like to give is that don't try to solve the problem all by yourself. You have to take help from others. You have to consult your friends, your professors, your alums, etc. And you have to make sure that the team is good. It's not important for you to form a team only with your best friends or your close friends. The synergy has to be good. There has to be a good rapport, and you have to be focused right from day one that you have to win the competition no matter what. I remember when we registered for the competition, we had this thing in mind that we have to reach the finals anyhow. So yeah, and the synergy worked out really well among the three of us.
Okay.
You have to put the hard work. I would like to say that. So I remember that number of times you would spend hours and hours on Google Meet calls discussing, defining our solutions, cross questioning each other. So that is it. Like you'll have to put in the hours to refine your solution. You'll have to look at it, relook at it, scrap the entire solution at times maybe, and then come up with new things. So you'll have to be flexible enough to do that.
Two things, means some of the things that I would like to say. First thing is, you need to, whenever a case is given, every competitor who's participating over here should means really read the case nicely. People are like, they will go, okay, the first line, okay, we have to build this, that's it. There are very key terms which are always given in the case, and which is that is the thing that the company is looking for. Okay, so that is one prime importance. Second thing is the primary data. Okay, if you are able to identify some gap, try to go for doing some research on your own. You can get stuff off internet, everyone can do that. Why will a company be willing to spend this much time, resources on you if they have to search something off the internet? Okay, so that is why for the new ideas, a new research methodology, they are coming to you. Okay, so that is the one thing. And the one of the most important thing which I feel our PPT, our whole model differentiated, was the implementation part. Okay, so I have seen in many competitions, actually all of them, the last question or the most means prominent one is always, how will you implement this? Okay, everything is fine, how will you implement this? So this is one of the most important part which we took care very seriously, that we have to focus entirely on, means most of the time on that, how to implement this on ground. So that is means what if someone wants to crack this competition or any corporate competition for that sake, means implementation part is the most important one.
Okay, thank you so much. That was a very great and very insightful pieces of advice that you all shared with us. Thank you so much for doing that. And I wish you the best for all your future competitions and all your future endeavors. Thank you so much for joining us today on this call. And
I would like to say one thing. Sorry for interrupting.
yeah.
So we had actually referred to the video that was shared by Dare to Compete from last year, like the last year winners, their interview.
Okay.
So that actually helped us a lot, and so we would actually like to thank Dare to Compete for that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank
You're
you.
most welcome. Thank you so much for saying that. I believe Dare to Compete will keep inspiring and motivating young guns like you. Thank
Yes.
you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much again for being with us today. It was great talking to you, knowing more about you and your stories. Thank you so much. We wish you the best for all your future endeavors. Stay safe, stay home, and take care.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.